Good morning to this morning's Restaurants Survivor. This is being simulcast on Restaurants USA Facebook page, LinkedIn Live, and on YouTube. So just give me a moment here. There are several components to this that come into play. So let me just make sure that I'm on, that everything is working properly. Every once in a while, there are technology glitches and things don't always work properly. Okay, so I see that good morning. We're live in Restaurants USA, so that I've got to go on. Just checking YouTube. Not sure, I don't see any notification there. And let me just check LinkedIn. All right, it appears that we are live on LinkedIn as well. So the only one I'm not 100% sure of is YouTube. Just make sure everything's connected. Okay, so feel free to ask questions in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them all. If I don't get to you in the live broadcast, then by all means, I will certainly respond to any and all questions in the comment section. So what brought this broadcast on today is, for those of you that know me, know that I am a lover of food. I kind of live for food, and it's a very large part of everything that I do. I always joke with my kids. I say, hey, we're Myers. Food, it's what we do, among other things. So we were on our way to lunch. And just in the corner of my eye, I caught one of the local restaurants. It was a fairly large one. It's a bar. They have trivia nights. They have great bar food. And it's been a local hangout for many years. It changed hands a few years ago, but the building use was for many years very popular with all of the locals. And that place was shut down. The signs were gone, the plants were gone, the patio was gone. Everything was gone. Good morning, Gene. You haven't had your coffee yet, so I'm out. Have a great day. Thank you. So that restaurant was gone out of nowhere. And then when you turn and you look just down the way, our local Dunkin' Donuts in town, gone. And there are many other restaurants that have not reopened. Even some of the local ones have sent out a plea to, please come to them, because otherwise they're not going to make it. Now, just to go over some stats, just to put it all into perspective, and you can find all of this on Google. This is not I'm not a statistician, so we're not going to dwell on, but it is important to know some of the numbers involved here. And the restaurant industry, which is huge, lost $120 billion this year. They lost $30 billion in March, $50 billion in April, and $40 billion in May. And it's projected that by the end of the year, the total loss is going to be about $240 billion. The goal now is not necessarily to generate a profit so much as it is just to survive and stay in business. All right, because a lot of them aren't doing it. According to NRA, National Restaurant Association, 30,000 restaurants have already closed, and it's projected that another 110 will do so in the not too distant future. So those are just some of the stats to put it into perspective. Now, we need to support local, but more importantly, the restaurants need to kind of get their act in gear, all right? Because right now, people are afraid to go indoors. All the places I go to that have indoor and outdoor, I see the patios are well used. Patios are full. People still like to dine out. But when you ask the servers and you ask ownership, hey, how's your indoor doing? Not very well at all. Now, we are heading into September. Let's see, Wednesday night, for the first night this year, or this season, I should say, I put on long pants before going to the restaurant because it's a little cooler at nighttime. Now that's at the end of August. We are entering September and October. So outdoor dining, its days are numbered. And there's really no I don't know. I don't see any kind of a plan in place to contain this. So I don't think that we're going to just be over it anytime soon. And the restaurants that are out there, they need to survive. I mean, how much fun is it to go out to a restaurant and dine with your friends, with family, to celebrate all these things? But guess what? Right now, they're all struggling. And unless there's a plan in place to combat, to survive, they're not going to make it. Okay. Now, just a couple of things here. One of the common threads that I see, and anybody that's out there watching, feel free to jump in. I'm not seeing restaurants, most of them, really focusing on getting their messaging out. I mean, you need to dominate right now. Ask yourself the question, where do people live? People live in social media. So you need to be out there. You know, you need to dominate the airwaves. Business is fairly simple if you just put a plan in place and then you work your plan. Now, I see no effort for the most part of any restaurants. Good morning, Michael. I see no effort for the most part on any one particular restaurant's part to dominate and get their messaging out. I just don't. I see no differentiation. It's almost like we're waiting to see who's going to survive. But with what you spend to open and operate your restaurant and the livelihood that you provide for your employees, you know, you really owe it to yourself and your employee family to put a plan in place. And when I say put content out there, I'm not talking about crappy photos. You can go on Google and search for different restaurants in your area, look at the photos put up by ownership. A lot of them aren't good. Go on Yelp. I know a lot of businesses are not enamored by Yelp, but they're not going away. And people are using Yelp to find restaurants, just as they are looking online to, you know, where to go. Who's got outdoor dining? I do a search, outdoor or patio dining near me. And then I look and I call to make sure they can accommodate my party, okay? With it getting colder, what's your plan as far as making sure your customers are, or your covers, I should say, are taken care of? Have you invested in portable space heaters? You know, the stand-up kind where you place them strategically so that the people that are dining at your restaurant, you know, they can enjoy the outdoors and still be comfortable. Because if I'm cold, if I'm shivering, I'm leaving. It's really that simple. And are you talking to your customers, right? This is key. Because if you're not talking to your customers to get a vibe or a pulse as to what their feelings are, then how do you know you're doing the right thing by them to make them comfortable, make them want to come back, and make them want to bring their friends? You know, that's very important. Now, in getting your messaging out, like I said, it's not about just putting up some crappy photo. It's not about putting up some amateur video that looks like crud. It's not. Because if it's not engaging, people aren't going to look at it. It's really that simple. Oh, I forgot to turn on the banner this morning. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. So yeah, it's not about putting up some crappy photo or amateur video. It's about content, quality content. So the first thing you need to start with is, what does your place look like? People are visual, okay? They want to know, what does your place really look like? Why would I want to go there? People have been pent up for quite some time. Some people have returned to work. There's a lot of people still that are not in work, and they've got a little bit of money saved up that they want to go out and enjoy restaurants. Okay, so in your content strategy, the first place, because people search online, is they need to know what you look like. I'm going to share a photo with you here. Now, this is the Capitol Grill in Costa Mesa, California. This is a picture of their dining room that I posted on Google. It's been viewed 7,652,990 times. You think some people may have gone to that restaurant because they've seen their picture? You betcha. You have to have a content strategy. My content on Google has been viewed over 360 million times. That's better than 1/3 of a billion, because people search for stuff online. They're going to look on Google, they're going to look on Yelp, they're going to look on TripAdvisor, and any of these other online sites that promote restaurants. You need to look good. They need to see what the place looks like, even if you have outdoor. You know, I mean, if you're not doing indoor or you're not doing outdoor, you're just doing takeout, you still need to show people, right? The big buzzword today is transparency. That means everybody needs to know, you know, who you are, what you do, where you do it, and why they should come to you. So what your place looks like is critical. Do you have content online? Is anybody looking at it? Are you looking and tracking your views? I can guarantee you, you're not getting 7 million eyeballs on your content. But with the right strategy, you can. It's not rocket science. The next part is, once they know what you look like, they need to know who are your people, right? People buy from people they like and trust. But if they don't know who your people are, why would they come to you? So you need to highlight your people, and that's both in video and photo. I'm going to show you, I'm going to share a couple of photos with you. Here's my friend Billy. They had a hot dog cart in Fairfield, Connecticut. This is a picture of him serving the hot dogs. Okay, people can connect with Billy. He's real. He's a human being. He's a good-looking guy that looks like he's hardworking. And you know what? If you can zoom in on the hot dogs, they're pretty damn good, because those are the ones I had when I was there. And as far as the content through this platform, just keep in mind that I'm limited by size of file. So the videos are not in the 4K resolution, which I record them in and post them, but they're for you to be able to see. So feature your people. What does your kitchen look like? What does your chef look like? Who is your chef? What's he all about? What's she all about? What do they like to do? The people want to connect with your staff, and the only way they're going to be able to do that is if they knew who those people are. And like I said, it's not just about getting content out. If you post crap, it's going to hurt you, not help you. So make sure that you invest in things like lighting. Lighting is crucial. If you look at online photos, you'll see the majority of them have poor lighting. You know, so you need invest in lighting. Lighting is not a lot of money. $150 gets you a very good set of 4 soft boxes. You can buy them on Amazon or other places online and get them shipped to you. Okay, you need lighting, because lighting makes or breaks your content. And then you also need a designated area where you're going to post your content from. It could be the entire restaurant, it could be a particular area, but you need to have that plan in place so that it becomes natural. And what are customers saying about you? Oh, I skipped ahead. So not only do they want to see who your employees are and what they're about, they also want to see the food, right? Once I know I like the vibe of the place, because I can see the ambiance and the people look nice and sincere, now I want to know, what's the food look like? Here's, this was at one of the Columbus Hospitality restaurants in Boston. This is the red snapper dish. Now this dish just jumps off the freaking plate. Okay, I post so much content, And I've had people that I don't know reach out to me and thank me for my recommendations because of the food and the content that I posted. They've gone to those restaurants. It works. Here's a picture of Chef Andrew's flambe scallops. Okay, I have that picture on my phone. Up until March 16th, when things seemingly came to a halt, I had this picture saved in my favorites because I dined around the country, and I say, look, I've had a lot of different kind of food. What do you have that's really special? And some of the places said, oh yeah, we do this great scallop dish. Hold on a second. So I take out my phone, I click on this picture. I said, do you do it like this? These are flambe scallops from Chef Andrew. And they're like, no, not quite like that. So they need to see what the food looks like. People are visual. If it looks mouth-wateringly delicious, they will come. Now, if you put good content out there regularly, people notice it. People may or may not comment, but guess what? Everybody is watching. I had lunch the other day, just a couple of days ago. I did a live broadcast. Now, the other thing is, training, make sure your people are trained. This is a live broadcast I did in a couple of days, just from a live broadcast, because I do this regularly. So much so I can do a video on the fly. Paul from Restaurants USA coming to you live this evening from, and then I go into it and I talk about the food, I talk about the experience. Well, when I walked into this place, okay, first I looked online, patio dining near me, what the hours were. I made sure they were open. So I went there. So I said, hey, I'd like to sit outside. There was one other couple sitting inside. Nobody was outside. So I said, I'd prefer to sit outside. It'd be more comfortable. So the young lady proceeds to tell me that, well, I'm sorry, but outdoor, we don't have service. It's more takeout. So you'd have to come in here, buy your pizza, then take it outside, and you're kind of on your own. I'm thinking to myself, no, that's not how. I said to her, yeah, you know what? Then, okay, thank you very much. I turned around and I started to walk out. At which point she stopped me and she said, you know what? I can serve you outside because I want good food. I want good service. If I wanted to do takeout, I would have done takeout somewhere else, but I wanted to sit down and I wanted to be served. Now she salvaged that particular interchange, but there are many other instances where they don't. Okay, we were supposed to get together with a friend couple. Good morning, Russ. What do you have that is special? Exactly. I'm going to use that next time. I appreciate you and your expertise, Paul. You're welcome, Russ. You're welcome. I've dined in more places than I even remember. It's to the point where I go in. A lot of times I don't look at the menu. I just say, whatever your best is, bring it, because I've had just about everything else, and I'm quite pleasantly surprised. But so getting back to the story, I called this particular restaurant because another friend couple of ours wanted to meet up for dinner. I asked, do you have outdoor seating? Yes, we do, but it's small. Right off the bat, they start with a negative. Okay, well, we're planning on coming Thursday night, about 7 o'clock by the time we're done. Well, we're not taking reservations, and at that time, we're pretty much going to be full. Well, really? So if I come, you can't guarantee me a seat? Nope. Okay, thank you. And that was it. She hung up the phone. Another restaurant I go to, I call them or I text them. I said, hey, I've got a party of 6 people. We're coming tonight about 6:30. Can you take care of us? A few minutes back and later, bam, you're all set, Paul. No problem. We'll see you when you arrive. Now, I get it. You have limited outdoor seating and you can't hold table for people that aren't going to show up. But you can say to your people when they're calling you online, calling you on the phone, hey, listen, things are really crazy right now. As you know, everybody knows and understands that. So I can make your reservation, but you do need to be on time. As a matter of fact, I prefer that you check in with us 5 minutes before your reservation time, because we won't be able to hold it if you don't come in time. Now, what does that do? That tells me you care about me as a diner, okay? And I'm going to go to your place, and I'm going to be on time, so you haven't lost anything. Now, looking at this photograph here, you'll see in 2 days span, I reached over 12,000 people, and I had 4,500 post engagements. People are watching this video, and I'm getting all kinds of comments that people that live in the area. Hey, I never heard of this place, but you know what? That food looks so good. I'm going to go there. So the quality content will get you the people, and the training will help them, or will help you to keep those people when either they call you or if they show up. You need to be able to do that. And I'm going to share with you a couple of videos here to show you that the content marketing works. It does, because everybody's watching. And you know, restaurant's a funny animal. The restaurant, a lot of times, for whatever reasons, will tell you, oh, you know, nobody's coming in, you know, from the stuff that's out there. Nobody's coming in. Well, that's simply not true. I met these ladies at a farmer's market. I didn't know them, but they knew me and they knew my messaging. And this is what they had to say.
Hi, Val.
Hi, Val. Remember us?
We just want to let you know that we came to visit you because of this guy right here.
Yeah, we saw you on Facebook.
Yes, it was good.
So it works. People are always watching. And if you have a consistent content marketing strategy, you'll build an audience. I showed you that one picture from 2 days ago with over 12,000 people reached, 4,500 engagements. Every month, the content marketing that I do, tens of thousands of people every month reached. It's like they're waiting for the next bit of content. They see your stuff pop up in notifications, they look at it, and they go where you have a good experience. Now, the content, as I said, the photos need to be good, but you also need to, I showed you pictures of food, but guess what? If a picture is worth 1,000 words, a video is worth 1,000,000 words. Check out this food. And again, it's not in the highest 4K resolution, only because I needed to keep the frame rate low to upload it to the platform. But take a look at this food. People want to see what the food looks like, and nothing tells the story better than a video. But may offend some people here with this statement, but it happens to be a true one. People are lazy. They'd rather click on a video. It's easier. They'd rather click on a video and watch it than read something. And there are stats out there, you can Google them, that people do take action after watching a YouTube video or video online or a Facebook video. You know, people spend hours a day, every day, watching videos, and the same people will look at your content with each notification that you get, and they'll share your content with their friends. Why? Because they see value in it. And that's your best endorsement right there. So if you blow yourself up online with great content and your people are happy and they're engaged, they're going to help generate more business for you. Word of mouth is your best source of advertising, and it's generally least costly. Now, when I spoke about Yelp earlier, people aren't crazy about Yelp because they think that Yelp is mean and that they filter out stuff. Yeah, they filter out stuff. If somebody is on Yelp that's never done a review and they do a fabulous, over the top and beyond review of your business, yes, Yelp will filter that out because they think it's a friend of yours. On the other side of the equation, if you get bashed, horribly bashed by an online review on Yelp that's a less than 5-star, a negative 5-star review, there's no such thing, by the way, and that person has not done any type of posting, no regular content from them, Yelp gets rid of that one too. So there's not some Yelp boogeyman that's out to get you. It's not. I've been on the Yelp Elite Squad for 6 years now. So I pretty much know how it works. I've done hundreds upon hundreds of reviews in various places. My reviews are honest. I'm not interested in being bribed. If I don't enjoy the experience, I won't go back and I won't promote it. It's really that simple, but you need to embrace it. How many people have the Google My Business app on their phone? And furthermore, do you even know what your score is? Do you know what your score is on Google? Do you know what your competition score is? You know what your score is on Yelp? Have you even claimed your page? Are you uploading content? Are you monitoring what's going on? And TripAdvisor, huge. I would say Google and Facebook are probably the best ones. Michael says, is Yelp still relevant? Bad experience with them and my wife's business. Yes, Michael, Yelp is still very, very relevant. A lot of people use Yelp. So very relevant. Everybody has a bad experience with somebody, but you need to have an open mind. And I'm not saying any one side is right or any one side is wrong. As with anything, you need to learn the rules of engagement. You need to learn the game and the landscape, and then you need to leverage what you know to deliver your messaging properly. If somebody leaves you a bad review and it's legitimate, don't dismiss it as, oh, this person's a jerk. They're not. If they're taking the time to give feedback, unless it's a fake one, and a lot of those do get filtered out for the reasons I mentioned before, then learn from the experience. Nobody's 100% all the time. I know I'm not. So if you truly have made a mistake, own up to it. I did marketing for this one particular restaurant, and the guy was horrible. He could care less about the customers. It was all about the money. He saw the people not as human beings that enjoyed a fine dining experience. Kicking butt again, Paul, lay it out. Thank you, Kurt. I appreciate it, man. He saw people as dollar signs, not as human beings. People like you and me that enjoy fine dining. He didn't see that. He saw them as dollar signs. And if they didn't spend X amount of dollars, you care less about them. He was actually rude to them. And these people would leave him horrible reviews. And then all of a sudden, I'd see 3 over-the-top reviews that all fit a certain profile. Really? Don't you know that people aren't stupid and that they can see when you've generated your own fake reviews? Come on. Fortunately, Yelp and some of these other sources take down those types of reviews. But seriously, get a grip. If you're doing something wrong, thank them for pointing it out, because you can't fix it if you don't know what's broken. And you need to value the feedback so that you can tweak and tailor your presentation so that it's important and adds value to your clients. Otherwise, why bother even being in business? If you don't like people, don't be in the people business. It's not that difficult. And what about delivery? What's going on with delivery? What's your plan? Are you partnered with anybody? Do you monitor that? I remember hearing not that long ago, oh, God, Jack is on. Morning, Jack, Marcia, Linda, Carmine, Sherry, thank you for tuning in. Not that long ago, I remember hearing from a lot of different clients that, oh, there's this delivery service that's kind of muscled into our area and they're taking orders and we're not getting those orders and the customers are getting mad at us. So you know what? Shame on you for not having taken the initiative to set the narrative, to set the stage. As business owners, as restaurateurs and entrepreneurs, we need to lead by example. We need to figure out, okay, so people aren't coming in. Now we need to step up our takeout game. You're right. I'm a firm believer that out of everything bad comes something good. And if there's anything that COVID has taught the restaurant business, is that for you out there that aren't in the takeout game, and you know who you are, you better ramp up quick. I've seen some restaurants that had no takeout game whatsoever evolve and just flourish. There are some restaurants that are doing more business now. Yes, hard to believe. There's some restaurants now that are doing more business than they were doing before because they've embraced the takeout business. They've come up with creative ways. One restaurant made it so that if you spend X amount of dollars, then they will include a bottle of wine. You know, this is not rocket science. You need to be different than the other people. Kurt says, focus on the relationships and the dollars follow. Every service business, the best relationships get the quickest honest feedback. Absolutely. You know, that's what people need to focus on. So if you've been one of those restaurants that got bombarded by bad reviews because you didn't set the delivery expectations and you let somebody else muscle in on your territory, shame on you. There are sources available to you where you can step up that game and you can define what your model is going to be. And you know, a couple more things that I want to share with you. If you're an Italian restaurant, how many people ever ask, do you make your pasta in-house? I can tell you that the difference between house-made pasta and the box stuff from the store, night and day difference. You can taste it. Here's an example. And this is messaging that you need to get out to your people. If you make homemade pasta,
kind of wet. Those are for lasagna.
can buy stuff in a supermarket, anybody. And if you're trying to differentiate yourself, you're not going to do it with box stuff. You need to make your stuff special. Now, I get it. We're working with less people. We need to do more with less. So how about this? Your menu doesn't have to be the full menu, right? These are trying times. Scale your menu to something that offers variety, that's cost effective for you to produce, and that is timely. So craft a menu that works not only for your people, but works for you. It's got to be a win-win on both sides, because if it's not a win-win on both sides, it's just not going to work. And like I said about, blow yourself up online, and show them your food, show them your people, show them your customers. The third-party endorsement is priceless. Are you involving your customers in your content marketing strategy? Because a lot of people aren't. Why not? I'll tell you what, if I see that 5 of my friends checked into a particular restaurant, birds of a feather flock together. My friends aren't stupid. Well, most of them anyway. Just kidding, just kidding. If I see 5 of my friends checked into a particular restaurant, they're obviously enjoying the food and the service and everything that that restaurant stands for. So guess what? The next time I'm looking for a place, hey, you know what? My friend Bob went there. My friend Sally went there. My friend Jane went there. Maybe we should go there. So are you encouraging your customers to give you good feedback, video feedback, written reviews, and are you involving them in your marketing? Here's an example of a testimonial video, okay? Powerful. This restaurant saw a lot of people come in because of this video. The video, not only was it on their website, but also it was shared a lot of times, and the reach was huge. It brings in people. You saw the 2 ladies before. I came to your restaurant because of this guy. Well, you be that guy. You can do it. And if you can't do it, hire somebody that can. It's not rocket science. So here's an example of what your customers can do for you, your business, and your employee family. Check this out.
We love Cafe Luna. We've been coming here since they opened. And Jasmina and Lorenzo, her husband, are a great team. She's out front making us feel like we're family. And Lorenzo's in the back making extraordinary food. So we come back over and over again, and one of our favorite things is, like tonight, we're buying another gift certificate for someone who may have never come here, because every time we do, they want to come here again and again as well. Tonight I had a swordfish special, which had risotto and wonderful Brussels sprouts, and I loved it so much. I'm just part of the family. I've come here for lunch with girlfriends. I come with my husband, sometimes just us. Sometimes we come and then friends join us. Cafe Luna, you're part of the family and you get to stay as long as you want.
That's powerful. If I see my friend put that out, guess what? I'm going there. The endorsement alone, let alone the food. I mean, the food, just like I said, it's not in 4K for this particular showing, but it gives you an idea as to some of the things that you can do. You can do it yourself. You know what the best camera is today, cost effective? That's right, your iPhone. The new iPhone 11 Pro Max with the triple camera, unbelievable. You shoot content in 4K, you get stabilizer, you get light kit, you get tripod if you need to. Do it, start doing it. Because as soon as it gets cold, if you haven't stepped up your takeout game, or if you haven't given people a reason to come to you, they're not. The old adage of build it and they will come, they won't. You need to bring them in. And one by one, we're going to see restaurants fade away. And that's sad, because when we come out on the other side, and we will, this is not the first crisis that we've dealt with. If you're not there, if you're not a survivor, then you're not helping yourself, you're not helping your community, and you're not helping your employees. So I hope you found this video informative. It just is to give you some ideas as to what I'm seeing. I'm a guy that spends a lot of time in a lot of different restaurants. I've been doing marketing for restaurants for years. These are some of the observances that I've seen that I feel can help you in your business. So feel free to reach out to me if you need advice, or you have questions, or you don't know where to begin. Because if you haven't done it before, it can seem overwhelming. But it's really easy. It's a very basic plan that you need to come up with, and we can talk about that. And then just a question of, okay, here are the things that you need to do. These are the action steps. and let's start doing. But you got to get in gear now, because today is August 28th. Once September hits, I'm going to guess, depending on whether or not you have heaters, you have until the end of September, maybe mid-October, depending on your setup if you have heaters. If not, it's nice knowing you. So thanks again for watching. If you see value in this and you think that it would help any of your friends who are restaurateurs or in the restaurant business, feel free to share this, this broadcast with them. And also let me know in the comment section if this is something that you think would help to have a regular weekly show on. I'm all ears. Shameless plug, I also do an automotive LinkedIn live show every Sunday night. It's called Sunday Night Live at 8:00 p.m. on LinkedIn. You can find it right on my profile. I'll put the link to that in this broadcast. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for your feedback. Stay safe. And oh, disclaimer, the stuff that with the video that was shot was earlier footage, because we're all about social distancing. Michael Larkin, awesome job, Paul Meyer. Thank you, Michael. I always appreciate your support, man. You're a guy that's out there doing it. So that coming from you, that means a lot to me. Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon. Have a great rest of your day.